Spider-Man going into our MCU news segment.
All right. Phil, you want to start? Okay, so for the record here, I think the way we're going to do this, we haven't talked about this, so I guess we'll talk about it now.
Yeah.
We're only going to talk about the first 2 episodes, obviously, right now, because that's what came out.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Do you want to talk about it weekly, or do you want to just wait till it's all done, and then we'll give our review?
I would love to talk about it weekly.
Okay, I'm cool
I
with
would
that.
love to.
Yeah.
So
right.
We're going to talk about episode 1 and 2 of season 1 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
All right. You want to start?
All right. So...
Did you take notes? Sorry.
Yes, I took notes.
I didn't take any notes, so I was going to say, I'm raw dogging this segment right now. But I mean...
I think you're good at that, though. I think you're good at, like, just being straight up,
yeah,
and just going on your thoughts, full through. But I always am a visual type person, so my thoughts are always in my head. So this helps me, like, writing notes down just helps. I can look back at it, and then right when the visual comes in my head, I mix that with it.
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah.
But that's the best way I can do it. But I want to keep it simple. This might be my favorite episode 1 of all time, in my opinion. I really loved it, of all time. I was so invested, and I had so many worries. And the beginning, for a sec, I was nervous. But the more I got into it, I was like, holy crap. Why do I love this? And there was so many different things going on. There was so many things that flowed well with me, like super perfectly. And I just really loved it, bro. Like, I was shook. I appreciate this show so much for what they did.
Wow.
Yeah. I know it might be, for some of y'all are like, oh, yo, you're over-exaggerating, bro. Like, you haven't seen a lot of different episode 1s. I'm like, bro, this one... I just love what they showed me, and I loved how they finished it. And they played Outer Banks' theme song in the background. So, yeah. But I just really loved it. 10 out of 10 episode for me.
So, my thoughts. I'm a little more mixed, which I feel like is usually how I am.
Yeah.
I think I have gripes and I have things that I really like.
Yeah.
First thing, I love the dude voicing Spider-Man.
Oh,
What's his
yeah.
name? Hudson Thompson? Is that correct?
He's doing a really good job voicing him.
I'm going to make sure I got his name. Is that his name? No, hold on. I'm going to find it real fast. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
I
think it is Hudson Thompson. I had a picture of it.
Forgot his name. This is so awkward.
No, it isn't, bro.
Hold on. Cast. I don't know why I just didn't like. There, Hudson Thames.
Hudson Thames. Okay.
I really like him as Spider-Man. So far, he gives me the vibe. He has the voice. He has everything. I love the art style.
Yeah.
The art style really good. I love how comic accurate it is. I love how much it just really looks like the old style comics. I forgot who the artist was for those, but it's very inspired by his art style. I've seen the images. It's very good. I really like it. I like the writing. I like some of the casting choices with some of the villains and how they're building those out.
Yeah.
I like how characters are getting their own individual arcs with what's his name? Lonnie, yeah. I don't know a lot about him. There's a lot of the characters in this show I don't know a lot about. Yeah. Like Nico, Lonnie, Pearl. I don't know a lot about them. I know they exist in Spider-Man.
We haven't even really seen anything more about Harry.
No, yeah. So I like that they're already establishing arcs for these characters because it feels very spectacular Spider-Man, where it's not just about Spider-Man, it's about the world of Spider-Man, you know? I really like that. The animation, I don't know. I'm mixed on it. It looks good when he's doing Spider-Man things.
Oh, yeah. But
moment-to-moment conversation stuff, it's wonky.
Yeah.
The mouthing looks really off. Man, I got a rant about how I like how Invincible looks, and I think it looks great. To this, it's just because I'm gonna complain about things that people are like, well, Invincible's the same thing, but it's definitely
different with that.
It's definitely more so here, where I feel like a lot of the environments look pretty empty.
Yeah.
It feels like you took this art style and you were like, oh, this is a great idea for an art style, and we're like, okay, that means we can just like use it as an excuse to be cheap with some of the other things, you know, like. Background characters not moving at all, but in other scenes they're moving a little bit. So it's like, I understand when people were saying, oh, the characters are moving because it's supposed to reflect the comic book. But then how come in other scenes there's characters moving? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. The animation's weird. I can see this being a story that maybe doesn't get good or gets good. I don't know. The truth is, I have no idea. After the first 2 episodes, I was left satisfied. I was like, oh, I like the direction this is going.
Yeah.
I love the dude voicing Norman. Do you know his name?
Domingo?
He's so good. I don't know his name.
Domingo?
But
No.
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo.
He's so good.
He
I
really
love
is,
that they're
man.
introducing the lizard early. And I like the fresh take of just being a black woman. It's just one of those things where a lot of people, I want to comment on that because there was a lot of hate for the color switching. I forgot what you call it.
Here
color.
we go. Race swapping?
Race swapping,
Yeah.
roles. Guys, we have seen so many interpretations of Spider-Man. So many. So if it really bugs you that this lizard is a African American lady, oh my gosh. Like, just shut up. I'm sorry, just shut up. And like, there's certain extents where I'm like, okay, I guess I kind of see it here. I guess no, she's great. Like, she's very charming. I'm immediately in. I'm like, oh, they're gonna build this into a villain story that I'm very excited to see.
Yep.
And I'm just saying, like, Black Norman is way cooler than a white Norman could ever be. Tell me I'm wrong. Maybe you're a little biased, but I'm just saying.
I am not biased. I'm just trying to hear your take on it. I like it.
There's potential for this to be one of the best Norman Osborns, I think.
Low key, yeah.
Because truthfully, I don't think we get a lot of good Norman Osborns. I wouldn't even say the Raimi Spider-Man is a good Norman Osborn. It's
because it's Willem Dafoe.
It's a fantastic Green Goblin.
Yeah.
But it's not a great Norman. I don't think there's a lot of layers to him as a person. I think it's more on the Green Goblin side.
So what are you looking for in this Norman Osborn?
I want to see something I love that I think the Insomniac Spider-Man movies do, or the games, is making Norman actually be like a father who cares about his kid. He's still a corrupt business leader. Yeah. I like that dynamic because there's someone who cares and who I can empathize with while also being like, you're a douchebag and you're dumb. You know, there's that like push and pull of like, he's a good guy, but he also sucks. Yeah. That's what I hope. I hope there's layers to this Norman. Right now, it's kind of just like, he's mysterious and I don't really know what his game is, but I like that. Like it's first 2 episodes, that's what you should do. Like, that's good. That's interesting. And I like this dynamic with him working directly with Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm just excited to see where that goes. And I think there's potential for him to be a fantastic Norman. And it'll shut up all these race haters that are like, well, it sucks because he's, you know, and that's just such a lame conversation because that shouldn't matter. You know, let's base it off the performance and the writing, not what the color of his skin is, right?
Yeah. Like, I remember right when I saw the lizard pop up, like right when I saw Dr. Connors pop up, I just went, in my head, I was like, oh no. And it wasn't because, you know, the race swapping and the women thing. It was just because I know hella people are going to go in. And they're probably not even going to focus on if she is actually having a good story, if she is having really good writing. They're just going to be like, well, it's not a man. Yeah. She's black. Yeah. What are we doing? And it's going to be like, oh, well, all this stuff was amazing. Her story arc, this and that. Yeah, but she's not a man.
A little bit better if she was white. Yeah, you know, it's like, it's gross.
I just think that we need to let it play out. Yeah. We need to see, like, how this story is going to go. And I already like her. Like you said, I already like the way her and Peter are. Yeah. Yeah. But one thing about the animation was...
But before you say that, we're going to take a brief cut.
All right. Sorry we had a little bit of a technical difficulty real quick, but now we back. Yes, sir. And let me get into it. So... what I wanted to talk about was the animation part. I think the reason why this is sticking to me so hard is because I really loved the 2003 animated Spider-Man show.
Oh, that came out. 3D one?
Yeah, so I actually really liked it. I liked the vibe of it, and I really liked that it was a little bit more like in the between the teen and adult part of it. So mixing that with what I've seen in the 90s Spider-Man, what I've seen with Spectacular Spider-Man, I feel like this is almost giving me a good blend of what I wanted in the animated Spider-Man show. If they were to do a live action TV series Spider-Man, I would love to see this type too, but so far it's giving me a nostalgia factor. That's probably why I really do like it. And maybe some of you guys who are like, oh, nostalgia, like this is like, I think for this, it's okay. I think it is. That's to me personally. Yeah. But it's doing a lot of stuff that's really good. For example, like when you said it works really well when he's web swinging through the city and stuff like that. I loved it. But also, I've seen a lot of behaviors and facial emotions that I think work and actually give it like some real life to me, like that I can understand how they're feeling, whether they're feeling uncomfortable, whether they're feeling super happy or excited. One thing I'm actually interested in seeing that I was kind of having a fan theory on was I think Nico likes Pearl.
Oh, she does. She very obviously does.
Well, I mean, I don't know about obviously.
Well, every time she's like, I'm gonna leave you alone, she's like, okay, I'll stay with bro.
Oh, like, when that came up, but I can see even without her, like I see nonverbal cues that I can tell, oh yeah, she likes her. But I think I really like that. I feel like
it's gonna be a triangle?
Huh?
You think it's gonna be a triangle? Or you think there's gonna be conflict?
I don't know.
Maybe not a triangle, because I don't think Pearl's bi.
Well, I mean, we don't know that.
We don't know yet, but like, I feel like that'd be a really interesting take to have it, where it's like she's not, and Nico being into her and Peter being into her.
Yeah.
It's like they
butt heads
when things get a little more serious, and Peter's actually like once Lonnie's out of the picture, it's like there's actually something to push for there. Like it'd be interesting to see that like dynamic sort of shift.
One thing I was thinking low-key was I think Peter would outgrow his crush on Pearl, and then maybe another love interest comes
Gwen.
in. Whether I would love to see Gwen.
Please,
if it's comic accurate, go with Gwen.
Oh my gosh, I was watching the whole time, and I'm like, just get over Pearl. Pearl sucks.
Yeah.
Just bring Gwen in. How about that?
I'm like, bro, low-key, she looks at you like a little brother, and
she
I'm like,
does. It's weird.
I'm like, I wouldn't be interested. Like the whole PD.
Bro,
low-key. The Peter, like you said when you like that voice actor for Peter Parker, the funny cues he has in different times to say stuff, he hits it so perfectly. But when I heard the PD Parky thing, I was like, oh, that's such a Peter Parker thing to say, and it works so well. But that's secondhand embarrassment. But what I'm trying to get at is I would love to see him move on, and then he discovers that Nico likes her, and he's trying to help her with the knowledge he knows of Pearl. But then it somehow maybe either does work or doesn't work, and then I don't know, just a little conflict with that. I feel like it'd be interesting.
It's fun watching this show because I don't know what characters turn into villains or what characters become heroes or what characters kind of just stay who they are. So don't spoil for me because I'm actually excited to see Nico's arc because I could totally see her shifting in either direction.
Yeah, but one interesting thing, I really love that shot of Peter Parker and Lonnie walking away.
Oh yeah, and it's like the two completely different
sides.
Yeah.
But now I'm interested to see where the heck Lonnie.
I don't know anything about him.
Because
please
Peter Parker's
don't spoil
from
it for me.
Queens. I don't know.
Oh,
Wait.
people were saying he's really tragic.
And I don't know.
Cool. I'm glad that we'll be
I'm
able
in
to
the same
experience
page
this
with you,
together.
bro.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about Nico, Pearl, Lonnie.
This entire cast I know nothing about.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine if all three of them were to become villains, and then like Peter has to like.
So cool,
bro. But like when Lonnie was walking down, and he's just, you see, I know they're gonna get into like racial profiling and even just being like black, and
I appreciate Spider-Man cartoons tackling things like that too.
Yeah,
it's mature and I like it. It's just
But it was like that whole sequence of him walking home, and then like he's on a subway, he smiles at a little girl, and the mom drags her away. He's walking on the street home, a police officer's following watching him. He there was another instance that happened when he was, I think it was just that he was walking and he just felt like sad for some reason.
Yeah, because it's after the police thing, right? Like he's
well, actually, I think it was even before that.
Well, because doesn't he see like a couple like bad dudes, like drug people, like people doing stuff on the street, and it's
what
like,
it was.
Why aren't they being followed by the cops? And he's like, he's just walking home.
But that's another reason why I really love that moment where Peter thought that he was just another jock who didn't know anything, and he answered the question, and Peter was like, he apologized quickly for trying to think, and it wasn't because of his race, it was because he was a football player, an athlete. So then when Lonnie was explaining to him that he wants another pathway out, I was like, oh my gosh. And then seeing that scene when he's walking home and he gets home, you understand why he wants another path out, because he lives in a not very good area and he wants another way to get out besides football. And that is awesome.
Yeah,
that is so cool, bro. And that's literally what, oh my bad, I'm sorry.
No, you keep going.
But yeah, I just love that we're getting like real with these characters, and I didn't think it was gonna get that way. When I heard, well, it's TVY7, so a cuss word in it, when they said like damn or like crap or ass or something, I was like, oh, okay, so we can get a little real with this.
Yeah.
But like seeing this stuff too, I'm like, I think it is.
It's TV14 for some reason.
If it's TV14, then it might get a little bit more. Yeah.
Because I do think a lot of this stuff, like,
it's getting real.
Oh, it is TVY7. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's getting real for a TVY7 like rated show, and I like that.
Yeah. I think I'm excited to see Lonnie's arc. I think he's probably the character I'm most excited to see.
Yeah.
The direction he goes, because from what like him going home also, and the vibe being different as opposed to him walking on the street. It's like, oh, mom, let me help you with this. Oh, let me get ready for this, and like let me help my brother with homework. It's like he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see his character get pushed and pushed and pushed until he can't take it anymore, and then he's just like full villain.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know if he'll be a villain or if he's gonna be like a.
That's my guess right now. It's my prediction.
Yeah, but I'm already loving this show more than the stinking 2017 show that came out.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
I was too young. I watched a little bit of it and was like, oh, Spider-Man, I like it. But I don't remember it too much.
It wasn't good.
One thing, I think one of my favorite scenes, I think it's in the second episode, is when Spider-Man saves the dude. Oh, the girl. I think it's a girl. She like robs the pizza place, and he like comes back. He's like, "Hey, sir, I think she just like robbed your place, and I just want to bring him here. It kind of just seems like she's down on her luck. So could you like maybe give her a job?"
That was so perfect.
So Spider-Man coded. That's the most Spider-Man thing ever.
I think that was in the first episode. Let me.
I don't remember what episode it was in. Well, yeah, that made me sense because the second episode was the firefight.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if it was in the first or second episode, because that's maybe why I really loved the first episode so much, because like the sequence of events that was happening, like going from that to then, well, actually, my bad, continue on. I'm still trying to find that scene.
I also really like the scene when he's in the fire building and he's like, "Oh yeah, some guy wants me to burn all the buildings on 32nd Street so they can get so they can rebuild them into nice condos and make money." And then Peter's like, "This is 31st Street," and he's like, "I burned the wrong building." And
oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
good. That I loved. It was so good. And then when they go into the pet store and Peter's saving him, he's like, "Okay, got you. Oh, saved you." Oh,
yep.
Okay. And then like, oh, he's like, "Did I just knock him out?" I love that. Like it's.
Oh yeah, did he? That was so funny, bro. But oh my gosh, man! Like I love his silliness. Like it's really reminding me of like the comic books a little bit, and just like I said, like it's making a lot of MCU references, because we didn't talk about the beginning with Doctor Strange. What did you think about that? Because I think it was Kraven in the symbiote. I think it was.
I guess it was pretty beefy. I didn't say.
Well, not just that; it had the fur, like on the outside, like the little collar. So I was thinking maybe it's Kraven in the symbiote suit, but also Doctor Strange saying, "Wait, we're not supposed to be here." I was like, I didn't know.
Could he be in alt universe, you think?
Yeah, low key. Like I was like, could it be? Because it was giving me a lot of MCU vibes with it, but maybe that's just because they're used to Doctor Strange being like that.
Maybe. I mean, they didn't know. Man, it's hard to tell how connected this is to the MCU.
Yeah,
it's a multiverse, obviously.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, because it's like, remember they recreate the exact scene from Civil War, but instead of him seeing Tony Stark, he sees Norman.
I wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah. I hope they stay away too much from the MCU stuff. I hope this kind of remains to be its thing. I would hope maybe that's like a breadcrumb for a later season when they tackle a little more multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
Which at that point I'm okay with. Like I'm cool with like touching on multiverse. I just hope this whole show doesn't end up being like a build out to the wider MCU. I kind of would rather this just be its own Spider-Man universe.
Well, I think it is its own Spider-Man universe, but I feel like maybe there will be an event in an episode where he somehow ends up in the MCU and then goes back to his world.
I hope it's more like by its own. I know it's its own Spider-Man universe, more so like it doesn't have to stick to some of the things the MCU established. Like I hope it could just be its own thing, you know?
I also like that this Spider-Man does act like Tom Holland.
It does a little bit, yeah.
Like, he actually does seem like Tom Holland in these. And I also like that scene where he was in the classroom drawing the classic suit. And it actually looked really cool.
They're going to go to that for sure.
It honestly gave me vibes of the Ultimate Spider-Man suit a little bit.
Yeah,
it looked like it.
If I remember correctly, it does.
I'm trying to think of what else I liked. I loved all the web swinging scenes. I loved the scene where he got out of his suit from eating the pizza.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, so it did happen in episode 1, because remember he got a free pizza from the guy.
Oh, and then he walks. You're
and
right.
Then he goes.
Yeah.
He garbage dives.
He
gets the disc, and then he goes back home, pulls up the Queen's thing, and then he's walking through the same sequence from Civil War.
Too, yeah.
That was the same song they played in Civil War?
I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh, I need to watch that again. Yeah, I did not know that was in Civil War.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to watch that movie again. But
I'm not wrong. Keep yapping.
Nah, it's cool. But yeah, like just the sequences that it lines up with some of the like best scenes in the MCU, in my opinion. Like, I just love that they're doing that. And another thing I wanted to actually bring up too is the spider.
Oh, where it comes from. So that's where I think multiverse.
Yeah, but like, remember when the spider... Oh, wow.
Yeah, they literally recreated it frame for
Okay.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the spider bit Peter, and then it
crawled away. I noticed that too.
Into a bag, a student's bag.
Miles?
I low-key think it went onto Miles Morales' bag.
Okay. Now
Low-key.
Don't get mad at me. I don't think I want Miles. Because I like the freshman year, Spider-Man's young.
Yeah.
It's just him. I hope we don't do Miles anytime soon.
But low-key, what if this could be a trial run to see if they can get... Like, they finished the season off because they haven't started stuff on Spider-Man 4, and they're just trying to see what people love if this version of Tom Holland ran into the same version, or same age version of Miles Morales. We don't know who it is, though. It could be, what's her name? At the end of Marvel Spider-Man 2, the one who's going to be playing Silk. Cindy Moon. Could it be Cindy Moon? Could it be, trying to think of anybody else. Could it be like maybe they have a Gwen, Spider-Gwen? I don't know. We don't know who it is, but all we know is that there was some Converse shoes and some jeans, and it went into a backpack, and there could be another spider person.
I could see Silk.
Yeah.
Silk might make sense because in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, they do get bit by the same spider.
Yeah. So, I mean...
that would be cool.
I would love that.
I could see them doing that. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I'm trying to think. Nico isn't Asian American, right?
I don't want to look it up for I don't want to get spoiled reasons.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I would...
Let us know what Nico's ethnicity is, because I have no idea.
Because what if also the spider could go on her?
But it wasn't her bag,
That
right?
is true, but it could travel. Remember, the spider could just move around.
That's true, yeah.
But
sorry if I'm yawning a lot this episode, guys. I've had a long week. I'm tired, but
hey,
I've
it's
noticed
okay,
I'm yawning
man.
a lot. Yeah.
We're just going in on this show. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Oh, Uncle Ben, the way they
talk about him, yeah.
The way they were talking about him, though, could he still be alive? Because the way they were phrasing it, he was just talking about May being there, and
after everything that happened with Uncle Ben.
He's
dead.
I don't know though. The way they were phrasing it seemed like he may not be dead.
He's dead.
I'm keeping it open just in case.
I think it was like a different way of saying Uncle Ben's dead. Because how many times can you say Uncle Ben's dead? You know
that is true, and she did cry. So I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's any like loopholes we missed or something like that. Episode 2. What did you like about episode 2?
I don't know. Episode 2 didn't do a lot for me in terms of like the wider scope of the show. Mm-hmm. It's kind of just more Spider-Man goodness. I like the fight with him and the fire dude. I like that they're already getting in the push and pull of him, Peter work life, Peter Spider-Man life, and Peter social life. With him wanting to go to the party, but him also wanting to be at work while him also wanting to be Spider-Man. I like that. That's always my favorite thing they do with Spider-Man is him trying to balance a school life and a Spider-Man life. Mm-hmm. I like that they're touching on that. I like the setup at the end when Norman's like, psh, come on, dude. You really didn't think we had freaking security cameras in the stairs?
I was like, oh, shoot. But also I like the fact that there was somebody from Wakanda.
Yeah, that was a cool world thing for sure. I was like,
so that shows us how big the world is. Like, they're not just touching on Queens and all that.
And Captain America being with Norman in the picture, yeah.
That too. But also, I just thought it was funny when Brody said, keep the news on. Why? I like watching fire burn. I was like,
whoa, too soon.
Why would you say that? And then low-key, like, think about the LA fires. I was like,
whoa.
I was like, oh, boy.
Dude. One thing I saw was remember when he leaves to go deal with the spider thing and he's like, deuces, Parker out. And someone posted a picture of that image and tweeted it. It was like, this is what happens to Peter in a world without Flash. It's just like, he's gonna say the stupid things and
like, we need bullying.
So we need bullying.
Yeah, I mean, like the Nickelodeon thing. Yeah. Stop bullying, speak up. Nah, but bro, I love that homegirl said like, what did she say again? I thought it was funny.
Talking about when she's talking about how she's from Wakanda. Are you talking about
No,
Wakanda girl?
I'm going to hide the matches.
Oh yeah.
I love that part, but I don't know. I think this is gonna be good, bro. I had my worries, but I think this is actually gonna finish like as a really good MCU show. Like maybe
so.
even top 3.
I honestly, I really hope so. I hope. I want it to be good, but we'll see. You ready?
What did you think of episode 4?
Okay, it's 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8. So
there were only 2 episodes? Okay, my bad.
No, it just gets weird in terms of the math because What did I think? I really like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I really enjoy this show. Do I think it's of the quality of something like Spectacular Spider-Man? No. Do I think it has potential? Heck yes, dude. There's so much potential here. I think the only difference with this show and Spectacular Spider-Man for me, which I think is like the pinnacle of like Spider-Man cartoons, is this show is promised to be around for a lot longer. So I think they're going to take a little bit longer to build things up. Spider-Man cartoons live and die on their build-up, I think. I think it's not just about Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things. It's how the world develops around him. All right? Like, I feel like that makes sense? Yeah. And this show is killing it at that.
Bro, I'm falling in love with it.
Lonnie, good. Did we talk about we talked about the week before when we talked about this episode 1 2? I didn't know much about Lonnie. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. I don't know why I didn't think about this.
Idiot?
I knew he was Tombstone. I just forgot what Tombstone's name was. Because in the Spider-Man games, they call him Lonnie. Peter calls him Lonnie. And like, I remember when at the end of the episode, I think it's episode 5? They call episode 5. When they call him Tombstone, I was sitting in my school's business building, and I went like, my eyes widened, and I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was episode 5. They called him Tombstone.
Yeah, so I was just like, dude. Yes, like I forgot about that. And then in this most recent episodes with Nico, her I actually don't know. I literally don't know what's going on with her.
Who she is.
But did you notice her little gem thing?
Yes.
Like, yeah, I was like, what?
What is going on?
We don't know.
That was the question I had 24/7. And the first time we noticed was when Harry goes to pick her up, and she's just like, she was gonna be like no, but then the medallion or whatever she has around her, it's like a gold with a purple emblem medallion in there, and she just says, no, wait, what? You sure? Okay. And it just goes, yeah, I'll go with you. I'm like,
yeah, there's something
what
going
the heck
on
is in
there.
her thing? But that also has me worried because remember in episode, what episode was it? I think it was episode
8 or 7.
No. The episode when they started playing with tarot cards.
6.
Oh, 6. You have a good memory. What if it's a demon?
Mephisto.
He's
here. Mephisto's finally in an MCU project.
I was low key thinking about it because I'm like at first we're thinking because wait. We talked about which episode was it that they mentioned her last name? Was it 4?
4. One of them. It was 4 or 3. But yeah, O'Hara, Miguel O'Hara. We were thinking maybe she's a spider person. But now it's like, what is the relation? Because it keeps throwing me off. And I think that's maybe something that they're trying to like play with real quick. Like they're trying to mess with us. And I would love that if they are. But it's like, bro, who is she? What's she doing here? And why does she have a medallion? And why is it talking to her? Even when she was driving, it told her to go left or something. It told her to go left or right. Or it told her to press on the gas. Like, this thing knows her surroundings. This thing knows what is going on at this moment in time, and it's heavily influencing her. Yeah.
And that explains why she's into tarot cards, too. So what if also she just bought it at a shop that was selling this stuff, and oh my gosh, it's Mephisto. It's gotta be Mephisto. It's gotta be Mephisto.
Dude, man.
It's gotta be
Mephisto. Can we clip this out? Mephisto. I'm gonna, New rock stars how like for the longest time during WandaVision, where everyone was like, Mephisto's coming, and then he never shows up. We watch She-Hulk, we got a Mephisto mention, and then it's like we watch Agatha, and we're like, wait, Mephisto is like, we're just like, finally, who would have thought in a Spider-Man cartoon we're getting Mephisto? I don't know if that's what's going on.
I don't know if it's going on either, but
that'd be awesome.
Like
I like it. Yeah, no, it's a great theory.
Yeah,
let's have fun.
You're like, I want some fun, but I don't know, bro. I feel like it would happen, but also I do love the Future Foundation suit.
Yeah,
I love it. I was sad when it got torn up in episode 7.
Good episode, by the way.
Very good episode. I was like, holy crap. What was some stuff that you liked in episode 7?
The Scorpion fight was really good. Honestly, all the fights in the show in general have been really good.
They've been
nothing
awesome.
Like
the Daredevil
insane,
fight was cool.
Yeah. The Daredevil, yes, dude. Episode 6, the Daredevil fight was awesome. It felt like it felt so authentic. Daredevil when he throws his thing and it ricochets off and hits him. It just so felt very much like I need that. I need to see them in live action together. I need it so badly. Episode 7, yeah, the Scorpion fight was really good. The show is really brutal. Like they're not like the dude gets completely stabbed.
I was like, bro, when that happened, I was like, wait. That dude's dead.
Yeah.
Like, he's dead.
I like a lot of the stuff they're doing with Norman. I'm really interested in Norman right now.
Yeah.
Because there's more to, it's very obvious. There's more to him wanting to find Otto. It's not just because there's bad tech going out. He's already said there's a relationship there, but I wonder what the real thing is here. Because I don't trust him. You never trust Norman. Norman sucks always. I love this Norman a lot. He's so awesome. So I'm really curious where that's going.
Also, his relationship with Secretary Ross.
Yeah.
When he showed up, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But also, where is this place, bro? Because it's following the MCU timeline. It is following it. We are now at the point we are at. We are supposed to be at the point.
We're Sokovia Accords, so Civil War's over.
Yeah, so Civil War just finished up, but now we're supposed to be in like the Ant-Man, like little... Not Ant-Man. We're supposed to be in the... I wrote it down. Where are we? Oh, yeah. We're
leading into Homecoming.
Shoot. All I said was that was Civil War.
Yeah, well, no. We're leading into Homecoming, though.
We're leading into Homecoming. Oh, yeah.
Well, because I imagine the next season they'll be at Midtown. For sure. Because they're rebuilding it. They keep showing it. They're rebuilding Midtown. So they'll probably be there, and that's when we'll get them sitting in the room and like, oh, isn't that guy like a evil person now? You know, when they're watching Captain America on the video, he's like, yeah, but I'm supposed to show you these videos. Yeah. Like we're at the end of Civil War, and now we're gonna slowly lead into Homecoming once they go. And I imagine Pearl will take the place of Liz. But here's my theory. Pearl is gonna die at the end of this show. And I'm very confident she is.
Why do you think Pearl's going to die?
She's chasing after Lonnie too much. And Lonnie's in a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
And who better to completely turn Lonnie into Tombstone than Pearl dying?
Cold heart.
Like, not like he just... I think it's a perfect instance for him to want to take control and for him to completely split up from his... normal life. Pearl is the last thread that's holding him on to his normal life.
Yeah.
So if she got taken out somehow, that would break him so much where he'd want to take revenge on whoever did it. Probably Scorpion. Tombstone versus Scorpion. Tombstone maybe goes too far, kills him. He gets the respect from the 1/10, and then 1/10. He gets the respect he needs. He's gonna be a right-hand man, or maybe even the next leader at some point. What do you think?
I can see it, but also, wouldn't you have done that in episode 7?
No, you need to build it as much as you can.
I don't know. I think that would have been the perfect spot to do it because it's like, bro,
I did think she was gonna die. I did think she was gonna die. Yeah.
Because I was like, she walked into stinking gang territory, which also leads me to the next point. She don't understand how gangs work, bro. She don't understand. She
really
just
show up.
Like she just goes over there. She's like, oh well, the gang's all gone. Like you can leave now. I'm like, bruh. If you join a gang, it's not that easy to get out of. It's easy to get in. Out takes way more of a process and a way more dangerous process to get out.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I think
she gonna die.
She's gonna.
Maybe.
I think she will.
But it should have happened in episode 7.
You're right. It should have happened in episode 7. But think about where she's at now. Her and Lonnie broke up. Peter's trying to talk some sense into Lonnie.
Yeah.
There's this and Peter's also getting a little more close to Pearl, you know, the little shoulder tap, whatever.
Wait,
like there's relationships cooking on all sides where if Pearl were to die now, we as an audience are a lot more connected to it because we've already seen how much she's gone through because of their problems with Lonnie, and we're excited that maybe Peter will finally get the bag, you know, secured it. But then she dies, and we're like, wait, know. You know, Lonnie, what's this going to do for Lonnie? What's this going to do for Peter? And I just think, and there's opportunity to bring in probably a different love interest, which I really want them to do Gwen. Like, I hope.
It's got to be Gwen. It's got to be.
We don't need MJ, bro.
Not yet.
So
bring it in season 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Do what Spectacular Spider-Man did.
Yeah.
But with, bro, I forgot. Oh, yeah. So, what if instead of Pearl dying, it would crush him more if he sees that Peter and her share a kiss? And Peter is getting into player Peter, where this starts, where Pearl starts that whole rotation of, oh, wait, no, bring in Betty Brant. Bring in Betty. Yeah. Whoa, that was bring in Betty. Bring in Betty. Bring in Betty Brant. Try to say that like super fast.
Bring in Betty. Bring in Betty. Bring in Betty.
Bring in Betty Brant.
G-Work.
Never mind. But anyways, that could start a thing, and that could just be the birth of Tombstone right there. Like him just that's also a possibility. Peter, and him just hating everybody because those were his trusted people. And also, what if he hears that maybe Nico liked her or something? I don't know. I don't even know if Nico's still interested in Pearl. Like, we haven't even seen that.
I think she might be into Harry.
Yeah.
You think it's just a friend thing?
I don't know.
It's so confusing. Teenagers are weird.
Because we thought it was Peter. I low-key thought it was Peter after, like, a couple episodes.
No, but she said brothers, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I really hope that she's not like, I'm kind of into you. That's weird. I hate when I talk like, she's like a brother to me. Right, and then now you're like trying to make out with him, like that's disgusting.
I get you. So yeah, it's got to be Harry. And what if she's just jealous from the whole thing?
Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. I'm really curious. And then he's getting the classic suit next episode.
Bro, when that was the I was about to get so mad. I was searching everywhere. Was that the last episode of the season? And right when I saw it, no more. The last couple episodes are coming out next week. I literally put out like out because I was just so like, bro. The logo on his glasses and this thinking like Harry going like, I saw a couple of your drawings. I was like, yes, but also Harry, don't you ever say go get him, Tiger, ever again. That made me cringe. That made me stinking cringe. I was like, bro, no. I would have liked that more than stinking get him, Tiger.
I was like, what's going on?
I would have been like, hey, get him, Spider-Man or something like that. Don't ever say go get him, Tiger. Not you. That's for MJ. Yeah. That is MJ's thing. Don't say that.
Oh, man, one more thing. I'm just nervous the camera's about to cut out. Hold on. We're going to do a quick thing real fast. All right, we're back. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to explain what's going on. Our camera has like an hour max it can record, and me and Phil, we yap too much. So yeah,
like the Invincible thing went longer than expected, but yo, I love that. Like we need more of that. And honestly, if you want, you could donate to us a really, really crazy expensive camera. Like crazy. With everything on it.
Give me my email, man. We'll be in conversation.
Hey, come on, man. Give us something. Give us something new.
But yeah, one last thing I want to talk before we end.
Got you.
What did you think of them changing the famous quote, with great power comes great responsibility, to with great power comes great respect?
I wrote that down, and I was like, whoa. Holy crap. I thought there was a person there for a second. I just freaked out. But, bro. At first, I was getting worried because I thought that they were trying to make Norman Osborn his Uncle Ben, or like his father figure, which was almost like that, obviously.
He definitely is.
Yeah, definitely is. But right when I heard him say, with great power comes great respect, I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
He's still Norman.
Yes, he's still Norman. Because I was getting worried because right when I heard with great power, if he said comes great responsibility, I would have gotten so worried. It would have been
so out of character.
I would have gotten so worried. But when he tied up or something, he was like, with great power comes great respect. And the way he said it too, I was like, bro, that was perfect. Mm-hmm. And it woke Peter up low key. Yeah. Like it literally woke him up. It woke him up to like realize what he truly, like who he truly is. And then I love that Harry like kind of like brought him away from that. He was like, bro, just be you. And he didn't say the quote, because if Harry said the quote, I would have been like, damn it, bro. But when he said like, just be you, bro, like be different, be like the same. Yeah, just be the same friendly neighborhood Spider-Man you've been. I was like, thank God, bro. And then right when he said, plus I got your suit, I was like, that was perfect. That whole sequence was perfect, because now I think it's going to grow a little bit of a detachment from Norman, because now he's going to like, in season, or even how many episodes is it going to be next? 2 more. So even during these next couple episodes, it's probably going to be him trying to do him, like trying to like be a different self. And that was my complaint, was just thinking Spider-Man Far From Home. Like in Spider-Man Homecoming, I will always love that scene where Tom Holland's Spider-Man literally rejected the Iron Spider suit the first time, because he's like, he learned his lesson about, I need to be myself, because if I'm not myself without the suit, then I'm nobody. Mm-hmm. But I love that now it's kind of like we have all these different things of in this Spider-Man, he's like, you need to be yourself. You need to be like, you can't be all about respect. You can't be all about power. You just need to keep being that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And I love it, bro. This show is just the epitome of Spider-Man right now.
It's cooking.
It's the definition. Like, I'm going to tell you guys, if you're a true fan of Spider-Man, you need to watch this show. Mm-hmm. It's on point.
Yeah.
It's literally on point. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect.
It's awesome.
It's satisfying me, like, all around. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Sorry. If you want to think of it that way. I just love the show.
No, the show is awesome. I really like it a lot. I think it's must-watch Spider-Man content, like, for sure. It's just good. It's a good time. Animation, sure, whatever. We've had that conversation multiple times. So I can get into it. But the writing's so good. The acting's really good. I love the guy Hudson, whatever, voicing Spider-Man. He's really good. He's cooking. But yeah.
Sadly, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 1 just finished. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. All right, Phil, we're going to do the normal review thing. Let's give both our separate takes with our review scores, and we'll talk about the show. All right?
Let's start with episode 9.
Okay. And then, you don't want to do it. I want to do a whole season. Like, let's do our whole season rating. What did we think of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Okay, all right.
I have my score ready if you want to think about it. All right. Here's my review for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought this was absolutely fan-freaking-tastic.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I was pretty low on it leading up to it. Yeah. I was like, there's no, like, it could, yes, I like Spider-Man. It'll have good Spider-Man action, good moments, whatever. Like, it'll be an okay time, but I can see myself watching the first 3 episodes and being like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to watch this. Mm-hmm. No, dude. I was looking forward to watching every episode every single week.
Yes,
I had days where I'm like, wait, are the episodes out today? And like, I'm just like looking. I'd sit at school eating my Waba Grill on the side, watching your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, just like chilling out, vibing. This show is so good,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
And I'm hoping we're only gonna go up from here. Marvel Animation, I'm not counting What If. You guys are 2 for 2, 2 for 2. X-Men and this. This is up there. This isn't X-Men 97 for me. X-Men 97 is its own tier. It's the peak of peak. But this show, dude, being as good as it is, not expecting it to be this good, the way it builds out its characters, the way it really sets its own identity for this Spider-Man. This Spider-Man already feels distinctly different from the other Spider-Mans, but still being Spider-Man, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, whoever's writing the show, the writers of the show, guys, props to you, because like, you guys get it. You guys get the assignment. You guys know exactly how to write a Spider-Man story while making it your own story.
Exactly.
And it's so good. I don't want to say it's perfect. I almost said it's perfect, but that's just instinct. It's so good. The way each villain built him out, especially Lonnie, dude. We're going to talk spoilers. So, spoilers for Spider-Man, the whole show. Warned. The way they built out Lonnie and his leading into the tombstone, so good. And even the end of the show, when like you see the little like skin, so good. The way him, Nico, and Harry, and like their little trio now is so good. The way Norman, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I love this Norman so much. So cool, bro. He's so sick. He has aura, bro. There's so much aura, and I don't want to take too much from like what you're gonna say, but like, be pretty short and sweet. Oh my gosh, this show, man. Please don't screw it up for season 2, because we got season 2 and 3. Don't screw it up. There's more to talk about, but let me let you rock. Do your thing.
Honestly, you pretty much summed it up for me. Like, everything you were saying, I love, but bro, my personal review for it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 9.
Wow.
I'm giving it a 9. I really loved it. I told you that was one of my favorite first episodes of like almost all time. So that last episode, from start to finish, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I literally, right when I haven't played that last episode, like literal the last part of it, over and over again that much. I played those last 5 minutes like, I want to say 8 or 9 times. I was like, bro, let me watch it again. Somebody came in there like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm watching this last episode, like last 5 minutes of episode 10 again and again. But that final swing.
Oh, yeah, dude. It looked so good. When he jumps, he's like, I'm Spider-Man, and he jumps on the thing, and you see all the lights on the... Oh, dude.
That was Spider-Man.
That was Spider-Man, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
that reminded me so much of the Amazing Spider-Man, the first movie where he just that cool shot of him zooming in on his lens and then zooming out, then him going off the crane and then just swinging through the city. I was like, that was perfect. But even the theme song that played in the background when he was swinging,
yeah,
and then the way he was swinging too, bro. Oh my gosh. Like when he went upside down and he like had his like hand like moving like this when he was going between it almost seemed like a combination of all this like different Spider-Man we had. It seemed like a flare of Miles Morales, the toughness of Tobey Maguire, the smoothness of Andrew Garfield, and then the kid version but also the like geeky charm of Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And it was all wrapped up in the one person. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, how are you going to introduce Miles into this world, bro? How?
That's a conversation we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
How I feel about that.
But I just want to say, man, like, episode 9 and 10.
So good. Let's get into it now. Like, episode 9 and 10, let's get into it. Peter almost kills someone. Like, oh my gosh.
That's a way to get into
Dude,
it.
Like, come on, bro. I mean, I was watching it, and I was like, oh no, like we're not. And like, you know, like execs and like Disney and like I've heard like stories about how serious execs are with like these characters. Like you'll probably never see Spider-Man kill someone.
Yeah.
So the closest you'll ever get is the show.
That was crazy.
Where you really tread the line
that was
of like,
actually
oh my gosh.
crazy, bro.
Oh, dude, it was insane. I was really worried that the whole great power, with great power comes great respect thing, was gonna come back, and it wasn't gonna show up. It was just gonna be that line.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he played into what he like really gave into what Norman was telling him of not holding back.
Yeah.
And then he really has to recenter himself and realize like when he tells Norman, he's like, Norman, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like I want to practice mercy. And then Norman doing his Norman thing, he's like, yeah, you know, I respect you for that. Like you do your thing, like that's you. You're walking a serious hard path, but I respect you. But you know he doesn't respect him because you watch the rest of that episode, he's making more Spider-Man, so he don't care.
He's like, okay, if you want to, in his mind, he's probably like, if you want to do it that way, I'm gonna get somebody who's gonna do it my way. Mm-hmm. And I was like, low-key, that was reminding me of Sinestro from The Incredibles. He's like, and when everybody's super, no one will be. It was giving me that vibes, low-key. But I don't know, bro. Like, I just, right when Scorpion dropped those crane things, the metal pieces on Lonnie, and then he got mad like that. Let's also talk about the fact that Spider-Man was silent.
Oh,
he
yeah,
didn't tell no quips. Do you know how like scary that is?
That's terrifying. That's symbiote Spider-Man. That's symbiote Spider-Man.
To fight a Spider-Man that's quiet, bro. That's the most scariest thing in the world, especially when he doesn't have the symbiote. Mm-hmm. Bro, so when they replayed the quote piece by piece, and then Peter was just wailing on him, I was like, whoa. And then it was giving me No Way Home vibes because then Lonnie comes out of nowhere, like, no, don't do it.
Yeah. And
then he finally brought him back to Earth. But that combo between Lonnie and Spider-Man to knock him out and beat him up.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was sick.
That was crazy.
Dude, the animation cooked, bro. They cooked when it's them running and they do like the blue background and then they're both like trading blood. They're like, oh my gosh, it was so sick.
Bro, why are you doing this to me, bro? Why? Like, I'm just going to say this now. The only dislike I have for this show is I have to wait for season 2. That is it. I have to wait for season 2.
I can't really think of something I don't really like either. It's
That's
just, for me, the only reason why I say 8, it's just like, oh, I'm not like over the moon. I don't think I'm as high on you as you are, but I'm like, dude, this show's so good. Like, there's so much potential here. I just really hope they keep it up.
Well, I mean, with me, obviously, because Spectacular Spider-Man had 2 seasons, I'm still going to put it over Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm going to put Spectacular Spider-Man 1.
Oh, you're treading some ground right now. What are you about to say?
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 2. 90s Spider-Man number 3.
I didn't finish the 90s Spider-Man. I've seen the first season.
And then way down here, way down here is Marvel Spider-Man, the show that came out in like 2017, 2018. Yeah. I did not like that show that
much.
I
remember watching that as a wee lad. I was like 12 years old, and I'm like, let's go, we're back. And I remember liking it, but also I was 12. So.
I was okay with it for a second, but then it kept on doing the same thing over and over again, and I was kind of like, this is going nowhere. I like the Superior Spider-Man arc that was in that show, but that's pretty much it. But this show, man, oh my gosh. And even also finally seeing the suit, the way he came in episode 9 and like stopped that truck.
So good.
That was perfect.
So good.
But let's get into episode 10.
Yeah.
the like craziest episode, bro. It was a paradox.
Oh my gosh, that's a time loop.
It was a paradox in the time loop.
Dude, it's literally, that was so cool. I was not expecting that at all. The time loop thing is so funny. Wow. The idea of Spider-Man being a time loop is hilarious. It's like Ben 10. You know how Ben 10 gets his powers?
Yep.
It's because future Ben 10 puts it there.
Yep.
That's so cool. I know it's not exactly the same thing, but I love the idea that this Spider-Man, I love the idea that like the what if situation here is what if, I don't even know what it would be, but like, what if Spider-Man had a time loop? What if instead of him going somewhere and him getting bit, it was just the spider came to him, he didn't come to the spider. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I just thought it was really cool.
I think that will always play an important role in the future of the show, because I think later on somebody's going to realize that and they're going to try to mess with that time loop.
Yeah, to get rid of Spider-Man. I can see that.
Yes, but I also really love the fact that, like, at the start of the episode, because this is the coolest thing to me, even from the start of the show, they were playing with us on what is going on, how things are going on, and even the phrasing of certain things. Like, for example, in episode 1, Doctor Strange said, "Why are we here?" And we're thinking this is a multiversal thing. And then later on in episode 10, Doctor Strange shows up, and apparently that's his first time showing up. And then Spider-Man's like, "Wait, he's here?" And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? This is my first time here." Because like Peter was talking about how like,
dude, that didn't click with me. I was like, oh, it's like probably a different version of Strange we saw.
That's what
earlier.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was, oh, this never happened yet. I was like, oh, maybe the MCU Doctor Strange showed up in the episode, in the first episode, but it was literally just a time loop. But I still love that they messed with me, and that was honestly a cool thing. I got to shout you out real quick. But also, in episode 1, wait, what was it again? Shoot, it was there. There was some. Oh yeah. When May and Peter were in the car, and I remember I told you like they were talking about Uncle Ben, and my theory was like he's not dead. And then in episode 10, she goes to the prison, and we're thinking, I thought that Uncle Ben maybe would have been in jail.
And that's what I thought it was.
Because I saw the hair, and I was like, I was right. But then it was like, oh, how's my son doing? And I was like, that's even better. That's even better.
Yeah.
His father's alive. Peter's father is alive. What?
Dude, I'm so curious what they're gonna do with that, because I don't know a whole lot about like that arc of Spider-Man. I feel like general Spider-Man media doesn't get into his parents like ever, except Amazing Spider-Man, and then they didn't really do it too well.
We would have gone into it, but y'all hated on the Amazing Spider-Man, and we couldn't get the third movie.
Well, it's because they didn't do it good. So
yeah,
it's not
whatever. I loved it.
Oh yeah, son, here, go to this random abandoned subway station and get this bus token that's inside my calculator so that you can put it in there, and then there you go. Bro. There's my entire secret. Like, come on, dude. I'm not gonna get into that right now.
Whatever, bro. It was so cool.
But yeah, that was a sick reveal. I'm so curious. Dude, there's so much. I love that entire like last 5 minutes when you brought it up, because it just shows like, oh, Nico has this thing. Oh, Harry's doing that thing.
Yep.
Like, again, it's doing the spectacular Spider-Man thing where this world is alive.
Yes.
The world is Spider-Man. Like this is his playground. It isn't just Spider-Man encounters a villain of the week. It's no, there's these characters. There's a couple villains of the weeks, but also there's villains that are building out slowly. Yep. It's cool. I love it. I love that every character is important outside of Spider-Man.
But also, nice. I really love the fact that we finally understand what's going on with Nico a little bit.
So what's your theories? Because I don't know.
So I think, like, when she said mom.
Yeah, her mom is the gem.
We know now, like, why it's so important. We know why she listens to the gem. Because she believes that's her mom. But also, we noticed that she knows the mystic arts. That some of the stuff she was talking about, that had to have been the mystic arts, bro.
Yeah.
She was reading through a book, chanting a spell, and boom. She was able to talk through the medallion, or the, what do you call it, a pendant or that medallion?
Pendant, yeah.
But like, we know that now she knows the mystic arts, so maybe that could lead more into Doctor Strange coming back, talking with her, doing this, doing that. Because once again, I don't know too much about Nico, but that's a thing.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's interesting. I'm really curious.
But also, when Harry's building out his thing,
yeah,
a list is in the background.
Okay, I didn't read everyone. I know Ned was on there though. Ned's on there.
You want me to read through some of the names real quick?
Yeah, you might have to remind me on some of the names, but let's do it.
All right. First off, obviously, Peter Parker, Amadeus Cho, Asha,
yeah,
Scott Forbes, Max Dillon.
Oh, that's a lecture. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Jeannie Foucault. I don't know who that is.
Jean, is that from the other
Maybe.
girl?
Oh, Jean. My bad. Jean.
Who I looked up.
Daredevil.
She works with Daredevil, but she's not a popular character because I was trying to find who she was, and I was like, I found a name, and then I was like, oh, I've never heard of this person before.
Let me get another name.
Jean DeWolf. I don't know if that's the
no,
character they
Jean
showed.
Foucault. Oh, the wolf.
DeWolf, because I was really trying to find
Maybe it's
who her
Foucault.
character is, because Jean DeWolf is a captain, a police detective who works with both Spider-Man and Daredevil, but she isn't like a. I don't know.
I mean, it
Someone
says
tell me in
Jean
the comments.
Foucault.
Comments, please explain to me who this Jean lady is, because I was really trying to figure it out.
Lee Ann DeFore, Ty Miranda, Emmy Choi.
Who's that?
I don't know who that is, but it showed up close to his laptop, so I'm thinking that's definitely an important person. We have Priya Agarwal, Benjamin Anders, Tony Sandoval. I think that is an important name too. The homeboy Ned Leeds, Tiberius Stone, Adam Rodney, Kaiden Nixon, Ripley Ryan. That's gotta be a person because Ripley Ryan, two names, like with the RR, like Peter Parker. And then last but not least, Daniel Jenkins.
I only know Max Dillon for sure.
Yeah. We know Ned Leeds.
And Ned Leeds, yeah.
But like those are important names because they're not just gonna show that board.
No,
for
yeah.
no
I mean,
reason.
Amadeus Chow's a villain too at
That
some
too.
point. That happens.
Isn't he the Spider Slayer person?
I can
Or
look
am I
it up.
tripping? Either way, I'm super excited for what they're building, bro. And that's the way you end the season 1, bro. You get us hyped for season 2. You show us what's going on. And I think they were showing us from the beginning, because all of this time stuff in general, that everything is important. My question is, what universe is this, bro?
Okay, so Amadeus Chow.
Yeah.
Spoilers if you guys don't want to know this.
I want to know.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
He's a Hulk. The totally awesome Hulk. That's what he calls himself, which makes sense for his character.
Oh my gosh. He's a Hulk?
He's one of the smartest people on Earth. Teenager Amadeus Chow embraces new Hulk-like powers as the hero called Brawn.
Whoa.
It's pretty cool.
Whoa.
I hope they do that. It's pretty sick.
I'm going to search the rest of these
But he was
names
another
up, bro.
character. I saw another one, but it was like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
The Emmy Choi name?
yeah. But it popped up as Amadeus. So Helen Show. Anyways, let's not get into this right now. It doesn't matter.
No, it's okay. But I just love that, bro. I love what they're doing with that. And also I loved, like, I mean, we already talked about it. I kind of think that Peter got Spider-Versed.
You think?
I think there's going to be more with that. Because also,
Let's talk about it.
really big spoiler, the Watcher showed up.
Oh, yeah, at the end, yeah.
The Watcher showed up. Was that spoiled for you?
No.
It wasn't spoiled.
No, it was. Sorry, it was spoiled for me.
Okay. It wasn't spoiled for me. I didn't see that. Like, right when I'm just looking at him, look out into the world, and I see that face up, I'm like, who the... I just
Yeah.
went, bro, this is definitely connected to the MCU. It just like that. Because What If is connected, but... And I know, like, people are worried because, you know, I saw all the Captain Carter is going to be Spider-Man, like, stuff. But, like, I hope that they take all that criticism and don't touch it, like, make it where they can probably connect that world to it.
Yeah,
for a
they probably
second.
will. I imagine, like, the people that show up that they set up in the What If show will probably be in Secret Wars.
Yeah, but I'm just, bro, that is so cool. Like, I literally was just like, here we go. Mm-hmm. But
Can we talk about the thing real fast while we keep talking about the show?
Yeah.
Because I think it'll lead to a good conversation with the show. We love it. We love Peter Parker.
Yeah.
They're finally giving us a proper Gwen Stacy, and I'm so excited. But there's a but there.
What's up?
Because something that does upset me is, why are we making her a spider person?
you see,
Look, let me give my take real
Okay.
fast. Okay, because usually I try not to give in to Twitter takes because usually, like, yeah, you guys are just toxic and mean, whatever. But I actually agree. We've only had one season in this, Peter. Why are we only getting one season? Why do we have to have another spider person already? Remember, I told you when you were like, how are we going to bring in Miles in this? I told you I don't want Miles yet.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like this Peter just started. It doesn't make any sense. And it feels the same here. I would have loved for Gwen to be a good, like... Again, this might be wrong of me to say, like, because I know her character is more than that, but I can say this now because I think she gets forced in so much media, and people like her fine, but they just do such a bad job of keeping her consistent. I don't know if you've seen in the comics, they brought her back, they brought Gwen Stacy, and she's Gwenpool, and people are like, dude, what are we doing? This is a perfect opportunity to finally give us a Gwen that's Gwen, just Gwen.
Yeah.
And like have her have a strong personality, and for me a strong love interest for Peter. It doesn't have to be that, but just like a strong character outside of her being a spider person. Like a Harry, like a Nico, like a Pearl, not as much. Pearl wasn't really in the show, but like a normal person, you know? And it sucks that that they're doing Spider-Gwen in a second season. Maybe like a fourth or a fifth maybe. But like, dude, I don't know. Like, why can't Spider-Man just be Spider-Man? Why can't he just be him? I like the mentor-mentee relationship with him and Miles. And that's why I didn't want Miles to show up yet, because you can't do that because this Peter's 14. So showing a Gwen and having another Spider-Man for me, it's just like, man, I don't want this. Like, I really want more just Spider-Man taking it on by himself, doing his thing. What do you think?
Here's my theory, because I think they knew this is what they were doing. So I think this is awesome marketing, because this is what I'm thinking they're doing. So listen to this phrasing. First look at Gwen Stacy in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. First look at Spider-Gwen in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. They gave us both those, like at the same time. Yes, they both gave on the same day. They gave us those pictures. But I'm thinking this. They're not the same person.
You think like a multiverse thing?
I'm thinking it's a multiverse thing. I'm thinking that we're going to have a Gwen Stacy that is literally just Gwen Stacy, but also Spider-Gwen is going to show up, and she's going to try to talk to Peter maybe about a certain situation. Like maybe there's going to be like this one episode where she comes in and she's like, all right, like we saved the like timeline from this. Thank you, Spider-Man. And then she goes away. But I'm thinking that these are two different people.
Dude, I don't want multiverse though.
I want it.
I don't. Why?
I know it's not the hottest thing, and I know like hella people are annoyed with it, but I love it. I love seeing these different timelines. I love seeing these different stories.
But isn't it fun to see a Spider-Man build out his own Spider-Man world and not have for us to like be like, oh well, there's multiple universes where this happens differently. I just like I don't know.
We just got it though. Season 1, we just got it.
Yeah, but like I wanted this show to just be that.
Okay.
Like be that Spider-Man thing. So like, yeah, sure. Thank you for one season. I feel like that's nowhere near enough after we've had 2 Spider-Man movies that deal with multiverse. Far From Home ended up being alive, but like they touch on it, and then the third one being multiverse. We have another 2 with like Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, and now we're getting Beyond the Spider-Verse at some point.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, Spider-Man is not just a multiverse character. Like there's so much, we don't need to bring in like every single version of him that's ever existed to make a good Spider-Man thing. And this first season's a testament to us not having to do that.
Yeah.
So why are we like, why? I feel like for me it feels like a back step. It's like we're taking 2 steps down as opposed to taking this character forward. It makes me feel like he has less of an impact if he's put in the mix with a bunch of other Spider-Man. You know?
You know what? I understand that point. I do. I just I don't know. I guess I just really like timeline stuff. I love like multiversal stuff. And I know like, you know, it's been rough. Believe me, it's been rough with the MCU. But I still get excited when I see stuff, whether it's inverted time, whether it's like just going back in time, or even like I just love stuff because I think it's cool how people give their takes on how time messes with certain things in people's lives. And I feel like that's the most ultimate form to mess with Peter too.
Yeah, I agree. I think time travel is good, but multiverse is different, where it's like, oh, here's just a different version of this character, as opposed to like him learning, hey, you like the whole Flash thing. If you watch the CW Flash show, where like his whole arc was like he wants to save his mom, but what does that do? Flashpoint, right? Like that's literally what the Flashpoint storyline is. So I know it's not just exclusive to the CW show, but that's just what I've seen. Yeah. So yeah, I just like time is a good like it's a good plot device. I like when time's used. I don't like when multiverse is used though, because multiverse and time feel so different. Okay. Like they work similarly because multiverse has happened because of time changes, But like Peter going to the past and realizing, hey, changing this event maybe isn't worth it because look what you have now is a good plot point, as opposed to throwing him in with like a bunch of other Spider-Men. And it's like, look how big you are. Look how little you matter in the grand scheme of things because there's so much like you. I don't know. I just don't like it.
No, I understand, man. I just really want to see their take on it with this show because I feel like the creative, like, motivations they have for this show, especially what I'm seeing and what I saw in season 1, is good enough where I'm like, I'm giving it a try. Where I'm like, I trust them right now because that was that I've never seen. Well, maybe the Penguin. Like where the whole season, like just from episode 1 to the end, was perfect in my opinion. This one, I'm having the same feel with it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it in their hands, and I just want to experience it.